So Mountain Foods basically started as an attempt to distribute locally produced and locally grown food locally. The first thought is, what are we going to do? And in a lot of ways, the way the business had been designed, I had protected us from leaning too heavily on any one customer as our primary outlet. The things that still seemed to be available were selling to retail outlets. We also reached out to some of the more conventional grocery stores, the Harris Teeters, the Fresh Markets, the places who were having some trouble with their supply lines. The other thing that really opened up, and this has been big, is that there was a lot of effort that went into home delivery. I think there's definitely going to be a demand for home delivery. I think that the combination of people maintaining some of their concerns about being out in public, along with the convenience of getting food delivered home, I think that's going to continue.
My name is Lori Pate, and I am the co-founder and creative director of Dig Local, and also the co-founder and executive director of the nonprofit Food Connection. Okay, so Food Connection is a nonprofit that traditionally rescues unserved food from restaurants, catered events, universities, institutions, buffets, and we rescue all of that food and connect that to nonprofit partners who need food and address hunger issues that way. But when COVID happened and there were no weddings and the universities closed and the restaurants shut down, all of our food supply went way down. And then meanwhile, the need for food went way up. I mean, there were a lot of people that found themselves food insecure for the first time in their lives. So rather than sit around wondering when things are going to get back to normal and we can start rescuing food again, we had to do something right away. And so what we did was we started a campaign where we were taking donations on our website specifically to pay for the raw ingredients to get local chefs back in the kitchen to create meals on our behalf for us to distribute to people in need and our nonprofit partners. That's really interesting, Jesse. I think that what we've learned from this pivot in our business is that there are chefs that aren't normally able to donate to Food Connection that are willing to do that, and they're willing to open their kitchen to make meals for us if we can provide the ingredients. So that's incredibly exciting to me to think that we could maybe double the amount of food with rescued food and specifically fundraise for the ingredients to have the chefs prepare meals on our behalf. I really do. I think that we're going to continue doing that.
My name is Emily Kopis, and I'm the owner of Carolina Flowers and also now of Sadie's Market. And Carolina Flowers is a flower farm and florist. We have a flower shop, we do farmers markets, we sell wholesale, we do it all. I like to joke that we are a vertically integrated flower empire, but it's actually not a joke. And so I think I realized maybe a little bit earlier than some folks that we were really going to have to do something. And so about March 12th, I think, is when the wheels really started turning for me as far as like, what is our next move going to be? I definitely spent a couple of days feeling very scared. We were scheduled to open our retail store on March 21st, which did not happen. And we had workshops. We'd already sold workshop tickets for that event. We had a whole bunch of irons in the fire. Our wedding season was about to go off like crazy. We were right on the precipice of harvesting our first of 8,000 tulips that absolutely had to sell. We had so much money invested in them. So it wasn't like we could just stop. That was never an option. So a couple of things that I think were helpful in figuring out what we were going to do was thinking about what we did have and what we were already good at and how how those things might come into play. And so, one of my 2020 goals already was to really ramp up our delivery capacity. So we had already been working toward that goal anyway, as far as having our website set up, having vehicles, infrastructure, logistics kind of ready to go. We certainly were not ready to do the volume that we are doing right now, but we got ready pretty quickly. Carolina Flowers is a business I started because I wanted to do something beautiful and create careers in agriculture and contribute to Madison County and work the land in a ecologically sustainable way, and also because I liked business. And so all of those things are things that Carolina Flowers will continue to do. The market that Carolina Flowers serves is different than the market that our grocery business serves. Zadie's is the name of our grocery business. And emotionally, Zadie's feels like a very different kind of business for me, because I think it's the kind of business that people start when they're ready to make an impact beyond what a small number of people can do. And so in some ways, I think it's a more mature business. And it's a business that's born more out of the needs of the community than it is out of my own interests. Carolina Flowers will always be around as a way to serve my interests and what I think is beautiful. But Zadie's, I think, has a mission that's a bit stronger as far as what it can contribute to Western North Carolina.